Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Stitching and Tea with Bee. My name is Barbara, and this is my Flosstube channel. Here is where I talk about my love of counted cross stitch and my love of tea. And not gossip tea, actual sippable, drinkable, consumable tea. And we'll get to that in a little bit later. I want to say a big, giant thank you to all of my subscribers, the new subscribers, as well as my honeybees, my returning subscribers. I couldn't do this without you. If you are just passing by or you happened upon me, welcome in. You're welcome here. And if you want to know a little bit more about me, what I'm into, what I'm up to, I hope you'll stick around and check me out. And if you find value in something that I say or share, I hope you'll consider being a subscriber too, becoming one of my honeybees, and ring that little bell of notifications so you'll know the next time I upload a video. I do upload once a month. That has been my standard so far, and I like it, and I think I'm going to stick with that for now. Okay? Okay. So before we get going, I want to let you know, yes, I am filming where I normally film. My honeybees know all about this. Now, I'm a bird watcher. There's lots of trees in my yard, so the birds will be coming and going. But I have to tell you this. This summer has been very bird absent. We just don't have any, and I'm concerned about that because we used to when we moved into this house. Was it 13 years ago now? We used to have so many bunnies in our yard. I mean, it was a problem. We knew not to plant anything that we wanted to eat because they would come in and take care of that. I remember some evenings we would have 9, 10 bunnies in the yard, all different sizes, right? So you'd have daddy, mommy, and lots of babies at different ages. But in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, there hasn't been any bunnies. And we get the occasional ducks because we live by the river. Girl, we live by the lake. It's a lake over there. You know, sometimes it runs like a river, but it's a lake. We live by the lake over there. And haven't seen any ducks and no pretty birds. I mean, just nothing. So I'm concerned about that. Another thing that has been missing this summer, and I really don't want to jinx myself, is the summer bugs. Now, you know, every region has its own bugs. Some folks get cicadas, some folks get grasshoppers, some folks get those furry little black things that I call June bugs, those little sticky bee things that, you know, fly around and get stuck in your hair. Nothing. I haven't seen a grasshopper. I haven't no ants. I'm not seeing any kind of bugs. And while I don't really like bugs, so if the bug gods are listening, don't flood me with bugs because that's not what I'm saying here at all. I'm just expressing concern for what I don't see. And I have some trees in the yard that are dropping their leaves. Let's get on with it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you about is a podcast that I was on. So I had the wonderful opportunity to sit down with the absolutely lovely and adorable and so talented Hanneke, a Dutch stitcher here on Flosstube. She invited me to be on her podcast. It took a little finagling. She first asked me, I was on a cruise, and I came back and I got sick. Anyway, we finally got our stars aligned, and we were able to sit down for a lovely, lovely chat. I had such a wonderful time, and I would like to do it again. Yeah, she pulled me right out of my comfort zone, and it was so much fun. So if you haven't seen that, I am going to put a link for it in the description box below. I would love it if you would go over and give it a gander, and also subscribe to Hanneke's channel. She does beautiful, beautiful stitching and other needleworks too. So yeah, she is branching out and taking courses, and her work is absolutely lovely, and she is too. I consider her a kindred spirit, loved her right from the beginning. Yeah, so I hope that we get an opportunity to speak again. Yeah, I do. So let me just say this here. In my excitement to sit with her and putting all my arrangements and things together, I forgot to plug in my microphone. So in my opinion, My sound is not up to par, but I've had lots of people say, it's not as bad as you think. Life goes on, and it does. It doesn't affect the content at all. It's just something that I noticed, and I wanted to bring it to your attention right off the bat because that's how I am. All right, so that is going to be podcast number 6. You'll see me because she has the thumbnail, has my face on it, but I am going to link it below in the description box for you. Okay, did I ask everybody how they were doing? You guys have to forgive me. A lot going on in my head. I do believe that I did. Yes, I did. I remember now. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is Harvest Moon Hangout with Lindy Stitches. Okay, that's coming right up. That's going to be September 19th through the 21st. Tickets are on sale now. There were 2 classes available, and I'm not sure the status of the classes. I didn't look before I came to film with you, but there were 2 classes. One was for a project bag, and the other one was for a piece of home decor. One was with Lady Dot Creates, and that is the home decor. The other one is the project bag that is with Tiger Lily. Now, here's something very fun. If you've been watching STAF doing her stash fests, 1 through, I think she's at 5 now, maybe even 6, where she goes over each new pattern that they've stocked. Well, most of them, I think. And she talks about them. Well, she has a giveaway. And I answered the question that was posed. And guess what I did? I won the giveaway. And I won the class for the Tiger Lily project bag. What? I'm going to show you the inside of this. So pretty. And I loved it because the pumpkins are pink and orange. Anyway, we get this. Look at this. It comes beautifully, beautifully packaged. I'm going to set this here. Now, it might make a noise. I'm hoping not. But you see how I covered up my address? Because I would just display it all over. And all of you would come and visit me. And that would be fine. Sort of. I might not let you in. Anyway, so this is the project bag here. Spooky Starburst project bags. Now, I love the project bags that I get from my friend Corinne, and I've gotten a few others, and I love them, and it is not my desire to be a project bag maker, but I wanted to give this a try, and I'm so glad that I won it. It came with everything that I need, all the fabrics and everything, and the trims, the binding and all, and the foam that goes inside, and a zipper, and the zipper is pink. Let me show you. You're going to hear my paper crinkle. Where are you? Can you see that that's a pink zipper? It's a pale pink. Anyway, I'm not going to go into all the goodies that are inside of that because I'm not. But when I take the class and I make the bag, if it turns out nice, I will share it. If it turns out okay, I'm still going to share it. If it turns out bad, you're never going to hear me mention it again. I'm just telling you up front. Okay, so that is going to be at Harvest Moon Hangout at lindystitches.com. And I will put that in the description box below too. So Harvest Moon Hangout, if you've gone to Midsummer Stitch or the Jingle Ball or one of the events that STAF puts on, it's very similar. There'll be the speed dating tables. There'll be some shopping. You can meet and greet with the designers, which I love. And then you have your stitching tables and then your private chat rooms that you can do with your stitchy buddies, which is what we did last time at Midsummer Stitch. And it was so much fun. So I'm looking forward to that again as well. So that's going to be Harvest Moon Hangout, September 19th through the 21st. It's all virtual. You can be in the comfort of your own home, wearing what you want, eating what you want, drinking what you want, and stitching on whatever you would like. Okay? I hope you come join the fun. It really is a good time. Okay? Got that. Did that. So, I want to talk to you about my, well, first off, let's do a giveaway. I have a couple of things, and I'm going to start doing a little bit more giveaways because I have a stack of stuff in my cross stitch corner that I will probably not get to. So I don't want it to sit there and grow mold. So I'm going to give it away. One of the things I'm going to give away is let's do this, is Summer Sailboat. This is the chart that I got last month from the Needle Minder of the Month Club, put on by Fat Quarter Shop in collaboration with Flamingo Toes. If you will recall, last month I showed you this chart, and I also showed you a finish on this chart. And so I'd like to give this away to one winner. You can be anywhere in the world. I will post anywhere. It's just a flat chart, and use the number 1, okay? 1 for Sailboat. I don't necessarily do keywords because I like numbers better for this, so we'll do number 1, okay? For this chart, if you'd be interested in this chart. The next one I'm going to mention in just a moment. So while we're talking about the Needle Minder of the Month Club, I wanted to show you the Needle Minder of the Month Club contents, words, for this month. Again, it comes in this cute little pink box, and inside, I thought I took all that out. I guess I didn't. Sorry, might be making some noise in your ear. And I love the little box. I really do, because even though I have project bags and little totes and this and that to carry things around in, I keep everything in here. Here, I'm going to flash it to you real quick, what I do. See, there's my fabric. My scissors are in there. My needle's in the fabric. And then a needle threader in there. And then I keep all of the DMC in there as well. And I just put this in a little tote bag and tootle on around with it. But this month's selection is called Booked for a Nap. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Here's what's funny. This is a mystery to us. We don't know what it's going to look like or what it's called until we are billed. We are billed, and then we get the name of the box, but we still don't know what it looks like. So when I saw the title, Booked for a Nap, I told my daughter, booked for a nap. That's going to be a stack of books with a cat on it asleep. And boom, that's exactly what we got. And I thought, well, it could be a stack of books with, a cup of tea or something relaxing like that, a little cup and saucer on top. But yeah. So cute. Now I'll tell you, I am stitching this now, and it is not my cup of tea. I love the colors though, and that's why I stitched it. But this will be a giveaway for next month, so you want to come around for that. So let me show you the colors that we're working with. This is just month 2 of the Needle Minder of the Month Club, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I love these colors here. I absolutely love them. Now, in the kit, you get floss. You get 2 charts in here. One is an embroidery chart, and the other one is a cross-stitch chart. And yes, and you get a floss. It says floss enough to make one or the other. I didn't embroider this. I just cross-stitched it for the one I did last month. I have so much floss left. I do believe if I wanted to do the embroidery pattern, I certainly could. But I'm not going to do that because I'm giving it to one of you. And then my favorite part of the Needle Minder of the Month Club is the needle minder. Look at how cute that kitty cat is on those books. So cute. I'm trying not to spill out the floss. Isn't that so cute? Oh, Beverly does such a wonderful job with her needle minders. And once I realized or learned that it was Flamingo Toes, I knew I had to be part of it. So that is this month's Needle Minder of the Month Club, Booked for a Nap. So cute. I'm going to slide that back in there because, if you don't, it may walk away. It'll fall on the floor. You never know. Okay, so there's that. All right, we talked about one giveaway. I am going to reserve the next giveaway. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. The next thing I'm going to give away is this chart from Lizzie Kate. It's called July. Did I stitch that? Yes, I did. And put the number 2. Okay, the number 2 in your comment if you would like to be considered for July. This is a quick little stitch. I keep them in these little tiny project bags from Fat Quarter Shop, and I just pick one up and get to stitching on it. You know, doesn't take much time at all. Now, you will have to get your own buttons because I used them, and so they're no longer there. But this is charted in weeks, die works, but it does have a DMC conversion. So there's that. Number 2 for July. Okay. Did that. All right. So I wanted to tell you all about tea time this month. So you will recall last month was Midsummer Stitch, and it was also Beatrix Potter's birthday. So I had already filmed my tea time for last month, and then I remembered that it was Beatrix Potter's birthday, so I wanted to use my Beatrix Potter tea last month. So the video that I filmed for tea time last month is what I'm going to share with you today. Originally, I was just going to scrap it, and I said, forget it, I'll just film over. But I didn't see any reason to do that. So there will be a costume change or an outfit change when you get to tea time. I won't look like this, but it's still me, and it is still a valid video. So I thought I wasn't going to film it over because I was going to talk about the exact same tea. So I wanted to let you know that when you get over to tea time, I'm going to look a little different. Okay? Okay, so just to recap, because I blabber on and on, we have a giveaway. Giving away 2 charts. If you would like to be considered for Summer Sailboat, which is actually 2 charts. One is embroidery, the other is cross stitch. Put the number 1 in the comments. If you would like to be considered for July, which is a small flip it stamp from Lizzie Kate, put the number 2 in the comments. Okay? Okay. So I think that we are good here. Yeah. Let me show you what I stitched for the month of July. Be right back. Okay. Let me show you what I stitched for the month of July. So I started off with a staff, a start and a finish. And this is the Flip It July stamp from Lizzie Kate. I picked up a few of these from 123 Stitch. I did not purchase all of them. I only picked up the ones that I truly liked. I wasn't trying to create a collection or anything. I just liked that they were quick little stitches. Sometimes when I'm working on a big project, it's nice to take a little break. I might still want to stitch, but not necessarily on anything large, and getting a sense of satisfaction with completing something. And sometimes I need that, and this fits the bill. This cute little, I dropped my thing. Anyway, I kept that in this cute little project bag that I picked up from Fat Quarter Shop. They have lots of colors in this, and this is the perfect size. You know, you just open it up. I put the little pattern in there. Look at the little chart, fits right in, and a small piece of fabric, and there's only, 4 colors of floss, so it was perfect. And I have a couple of them kitted up like this. Just keep them in my bag, so that when I'm out and about and I feel like putting in a few stitches, I can. So here's the piece. And I stitched July stamp on 16 count platinum Aida cloth from Zweigart. And again, I used all of the called for threads, which are weeks and also DMC. So I did not put the legs on the buttons. They're supposed to look like bugs, and that kind of creeped me out. So I just put the buttons and with no legs, and I think it looks just fine. I love it. So this month for August, I'm working on the August one, and I will be able to show you that next month when I share my August stitches. So this is stitched 2/1, if I didn't say that already. So cute. Watermelons are just the quintessential fruit for summer, right? So hydrating, so good for you. Got so many health benefits, but the hydration is spectacular. Plus, the little seeds and all contain potassium. You know how, well, I know how when I grew up, my grandmother told me, spit those seeds out, don't eat those seeds. But we've come to learn that the seeds are actually very beneficial for our health. So my husband will usually juice them, with what the rind. He actually uses the watermelon rind too. We don't throw any of the watermelon away. We eat a lot of it, and then we juice the rest. And it's yummy and hydrating too. So anyway, you know me, I'm going to go on a story. So this is July Flip It, the July stamp from Lizzie Kate. So this is a staff. The next thing I'm showing you is also a staff and a start and finish. And this is the Summer Sailboat from the Needle Minder of the Month Club that I picked up, that I joined with that quarter shop and Flamingo toes. Showed you this a little bit last month, and I finished it. It's a quick little stitch, very cute. I love the colors of it. And here is my finished stitched piece, and I stitched Summer Sailboat on 14 count vintage blue Whisper Aida cloth using the DMC threads that were included in the kit. And I love the way that it turned out. I was a little concerned about the gray not showing up too well, but I think it looks just fine. I love it. I really do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these right now. I'm just looking at them and putting them in the drawer. And there's the needle minder. So cute. Beverly did a wonderful job with this. So I'm working on the August selection now, and it's cute. It's not 100% my style, but I thought, it's such a quick stitch, and again, it gives me a little bit of a break from the larger projects, and it's something that I can finish in a couple of days. So, but this one turned out really, really nicely. I love this cloth with the boat. And you see the size of this? This was a scrap that I had from something else. And that is another thing I think I'm going to enjoy about the Needle Minder Club, because for August, I'm also using a little scrap of fabric. Am I? No. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Never mind. Scratch that. I just remember. Am I? You know what? Yes, I am. Ugh. Too many projects. I believe I'm up to 53, 54 whips now. And I don't do a whip parade because it's just not what I do. But yeah, I have a lot of whips. So yes, the August one that I'm working on is also on a scrap of fabric. And that's a good way to use the scraps up, because these are small, right? And you look at your fabric and you go, well, what can I do with that? Well, now this is what I'm doing with it. Very good, very good. Moving right along. The next thing that I want to show you is my rainy day stitch. You all may recall that I told you that every rainy day I will take out a project and work on it for an hour. Now this particular project is I love the project. I don't like how I had it set up on the fabric. It was really frustrating to me. So I put it aside with the intention of tossing it. And then I looked at it really hard again, and I said, you put in so much work, just go ahead and finish it. So that's what I'm doing, but I only work on it when it rains. So we had a rainy day. I wonder if I wrote that down. It was a horrible storm, you all. It came in about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and it stayed over our house for 3 hours. I mean, right above us, and just thunder and lightning and these huge cracks and of lightning and these giant claps of thunder. It was quite spectacular, and I really loved it. I dig stuff like that, but I don't like it just right over my house because I got these palm trees that probably really need to be pruned, but I'm always afraid, that one strike of lightning and we're going to have a situation on our hands. But it was so much water. It was amazing. And I was thinking, well, okay, we usually do get a little monsoon, and it is quite like that. This is the first time this has happened at night. So that was quite different. And anyway, on to the piece. You might remember it. This is Old Fashioned from Shannon Christine Designs, and I absolutely love it. It gives me the old-fashioned look of a chalkboard. We used to have an ice cream parlor in our area, and they would always write the specials on this chalkboard sign that was outside, and that reminds me of this. So here is the stitched piece. Now, again, I only worked on this for an hour for the rainy day stitch, and here it is. Okay, let me show you where I was. And now you can see how much I've done. I finished the word cocoa, and I did this little bit right here. Not a lot you can get done, more me anyway, in an hour of stitching, because I'm usually, scatter thinking of other things, of what I want to do next. But I like it. I think it is coming along very, very nicely. I am really glad that I didn't toss it. I don't have a ton more to go. I said to put my mug in, and then this backstitched letters down here is not a big deal. Was really considering not putting in this, it looks like sprigs of a Christmas tree, evergreen sprigs, and some little cranberries, because doing that to me is going to give it a real Christmas feel. But if I don't do that, then it can be something that I can keep up all winter. I mean, I can keep it up with the little sprigs too, but I thought, then I'd be finished with it quicker too. I love it. I love the way it's coming out, and I'm so excited that I did not give up on it, because this is how I folded it so that I could see how it's going to look when I finish with it. I'm going to put it on a sticky board, and then I have a stand, a beautiful ornate cookbook stand that I'm going to put this on and put that in a little area and make a hot chocolate bar. I can't wait. I think it's going to be so cute. I purchased things for this way back. This was a sale that I had joined with Nicole Spohr, I think in 2022 or 3. I'd have to look. But anyway, it was a while ago. And I purchased all of these goodies to put together this whole hot chocolate bar. And then I fell out of love with the stitch, and I didn't do any of it. So I'm excited to get all of that out, is what I'm trying to say. Very, very cute. This is stitched on 16 count chalkboard black Aida cloth using the called for DMC. So I will change some colors here. I'm not going to go with the teal in these spots. I am going to make this red. Both of these will be red. All of the little goodies and things that I bought to go in the hot chocolate bar are red. So I wanted to go pink, but I thought, there'll be guys having it, and it's okay for guys to have pink. But when I looked at the pink accessories, I thought, wow, this is really, really girly. And my husband is not girly at all. So, but he does drink hot chocolate with marshmallows. So, he could have very easily used a pink mug. But anyway, I want it to be nice, and I'm making it red. That's a nice color for everyone, I think. Very excited about this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just a little bit more. And depending on how I get things done, I may drop in and put this in, even though it's not raining. That way I can get done with it, right? Typically here in this part of Southern California, we're not going to get any more rain. Well, I take that back. We may get a little bit in October. So that'll be my rainy days for sure. But I don't know. I want to be done with it so I can move on to something else. But one more look at it. I do love it. I do love it. Oh, it's so cute. So glad I kept on. All right. The next one is also a sal, And this one is ongoing right now. And this one I also used as part of Andrew, the runner stitcher's hashtag whip into shape challenge that is supporting him while he trains for a marathon in Australia, which should happen this month. So this will be the end of that challenge, but I will continue to stitch on this, of course, because it is also a SAL stitch along with EJ and Shelia, the Sunshine Stitchers, and this is Put a Bird on It from Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little. There we go. Just a little. So I get the whole thing in. There we go. Shouldn't make you dizzy. So this is a wonderful stitch. I absolutely love it. If you see here, the colors here are done by Roxy Flosco, Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. He charted it to be monochrome or whatever color you like, and they did their own color conversion, which I love, but I did not do that. I elected to go monochromatic myself, and the colors that I used are, the color I should say that I used is Colonial Rose from Classic Colorworks. This is stitched on 16 count porcelain from Roxy Flosco. I absolutely love the fabric, and I love the way that the colors are looking, or the color is looking on the fabric. The reason why I keep making it plural is because it is a very variegated floss, or it's an overdyed, right? So this is one color, but you see the darkness here. This whole motif is dark. Well, not there, right? The lightness of the swan. So when I look at it, it looks like it's multicolored, but it isn't. It's just Classic Colorworks Colonial Rose using different ends of the floss. Little needle minder here, and again, I'm sorry, all of my needle minders will be listed in the description box below in case you're interested, because I'm a needle minder collector and I always want to know what the needle minders are. So I provide that down below too. So this is looking good. You know what? I forgot to show you where I started off. So Andrew's Whip into Shape challenge started in May. So let me show you where I started from back in May. And now look at the comparison. So I put in quite a lot since May. I think he says we're up to 4,000 stitches or something like that. I don't know that I put in 4,000 stitches, but I gave it a good try. I do have some more catching up to do, but I'm working on this one here, and we call her Big Blue because she is blue in the chart on the picture here anyway, and she's huge, right? She's very big. I love that. At first I thought I was a little intimidated, but yeah, she's a very easy stitch. You just have to count it out correctly. But I am enjoying it. This is a 13-month SAL, 13-month stitch along, which started in December of 2024. You can jump right on in. Don't feel bad. I'm behind. Many people are behind. And I don't really like to think of it as behind. I'm going at the pace that I can, right? Because I am choosing to stitch other things along the way. Some people are already finished with the stitch, and some people are just starting. And some people are, just going at your own pace. You choose your own fabric, you choose your own colorway, and then you get to stitching. So I will leave the Sunshine Stitchers information in the description box below, and you can go check it out if you want more information on it. I love it. This is my first modern folk embroidery piece, and it will be finished by the end of the year, and that's very exciting. That's the 13 months, right? So we started in December of 2024, and we will end in December of 2025. If you finish it before that, great. And if you don't finish it by December, that's fine too. There's nobody's going to say anything or tease you or bother you or anything. So I do love it. And so I debated on whether I was going to put in the alphas and the numerals because I just didn't care for them scattered about like this. But I gave it a try. I said, well, if anything, I can take it out if I don't like it. But I do like it. I do. I'm glad that I went forward with it. So, yep, I'm going to get back to that. This is my Sunday stitch. So I will be stitching on this on Sundays until it is complete. All right. That's Modern Folk Embroidery. Put a bird on it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Moving things around. Well, now here is another Sal. And this one is Beatrix Birthday Sal. And it is with Pam of Just Keep Stitching and Memphis Sarah E. I am a big fan of Beatrix Potter. And in my previous video, I showed a door hanger that I made for my oldest daughter. And I mentioned that we could not find the one for my youngest daughter. Well, I went through my things and I had started hers, but I hadn't finished it and kind of threw it off to the side. The fabric got damaged some sort of way. And I thought, you know what, I can't do that. So I started and did another one. This is the start and finish. Easy stitch. Easy, easy. So this is, from this book here, Beatrix Potter Alphabet, that I have had for a number of years. My daughters are big girls, you know. So I thought, you know what? Yes, my youngest is 29. That is fine. I will finish this for her into a pillow shape, and then she can put it in her hope chest too. Little Peter Rabbit needle minder there from the Cottage Needle. Again, I'll put that in the description box below. So this is 18 count antique white Aida cloth, and I used the called for threads in the book. Cute, cute, cute. This book is really cute. It's by Green Apple, and like I said, it's designed by Jean Bowers. It is quite old, and so what you do, you can see here the different characters are with the letters. Now this one is attached to the B, but you see that's who I put here for her. I thought I was calling it Benjamin Bunny, but I think it's Peter Rabbit. I'm not sure who it is because I thought Peter always had on a blue jacket. Anyway, this is it, and I am glad that I was able to whip this out for her so quickly. It's a super quick stitch, super quick. I love the coloration of that rabbit. Delicate little back stitching. And you know what? I'm looking here now, and I think I missed some back stitching on him outside of that carrot there. Let me take a quick look. Then I have to go back and get that done. Nope. It's just like that in the pattern. Interesting. So, what's funny is that these colors will go in her room now, but like I said, she's 29. She probably wouldn't want that. I did just want her to have one, though. That was, you know, nice. And, yeah, the other one didn't look so good. But I'm happy with this. And these initials, the rest of these letters here are not in the book, but I had a pattern that's all alphas, no cover on it, no name on it. And that's what I use. I use that quite often in my stitching back in the olden days. So this one is for the hashtag Beatrix Birthday Sal. All right. And yes, this is DMC, and I stitched, I used 2 threads over one. 18 count was difficult for me. I have a lot of magnification and a lot of light, but that used to be my go-to. 18 count was where it was at. I learned on 14, and then I went to 18, and I stuck there until I stopped stitching. Very, very pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Next is going to be a little bit of Christmas in July, because that's what we do, right? There's Jolly July and Christmas in July. And the first thing that I worked on, So with the Christmas in July, I had clear-cut goals because I could get carried away and just stitch and stitch and stitch on Christmas. I don't pull it out as often as I should in order to get things done, but I gave myself goals, and I accomplished pretty much all of them. The first one is Tree Medley from Shaded Stitchery. I started this one last year, and where I started is here. And this is where I am now. I gave myself a goal to put in this beautiful, beautiful border frame, the multicolored border frame. I just love it. It's so festive and fun, and it was really, really fun to stitch. You just kind of go and add the colors wherever you want. It was fun. So, and then I started this little bit of tree here because I had some of this blue left over. Very, very fun. So my goal for this one was met because I just wanted to get this border in so that I could be able to jump around and do whichever tree I'd like. The next one on my list is going to be this snowman topiary tree. I think he's so cute. The little round snowman with the little carrot nose and little top hat. So this is a partridge and a pear tree, in case there's any question about that. It's not a bunny. Anyway, hey Sheila. And the pink tree, of course, is really cute. Kanday, the 614 stitcher, is also stitching this, and she stitched them individually, which I thought was really nice too. She made this into an ornament for her daughter. I thought that was really nice too. I do love this piece, and I look forward to getting back to it. I'm going to put it in rotation now, I think, and pull it out on the 25th of the month and put in a few more stitches. Cute little Santa needle minder there. Oh, I did not tell you that Tree Medley is stitched on 16 count parchment Aida cloth from Zweigart using the DMC conversion for this. It is stitched in Roxy Flossco, but I wanted to stitch it right away, and I did not have any of the Roxy colors, but I did have every single DMC, so that's what I stitched it in, and I think it looks just fine. Again, just a piece of a fabric, and I put this back in my fabric drawer, and I'm thinking, what am I ever going to stitch on that? And then this comes along, and it is perfect, just perfect. I'm very pleased with it. Okay. So that is Tree Medley from Shaded Stitchery. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys, and I didn't do that. That's okay. So the next thing I stitched on for Christmas in July is my Christmas list. I really need to finish this. So this is one of the pieces that I did not meet my goal on. I was not expecting the rainy day. And I remember I stitched on rainy day, and then I ended up stitching on, put a bird on it that day too. And I did not meet my goal with this. And so my goal was to get down into here, underneath Peace and Goodwill, because that would have been a page finish for me. But I didn't do that. This is where I started. And this is what I did. Right here. So you can see I put in the mistletoe, did the candles. So I did this area here. And that was a week of stitching. That's really, pretty much all I could stand. It's a beautiful stitch. It's a lot of stitching. But yeah, I'm very anxious to complete this. I love it. Did a little skin conversion on my Santa because that's what I do. But yeah, I really like it. And this is stitched on 14 count Country French Cafe Mocha Aida cloth using the called for DMC stitched 2 over 1. I love the way that this floss is. It's almost sticking up off of the fabric. I love when that happens. Sometimes I want the stitches to be flush and look like they're actually woven into the fabric, if you know what I mean. And sometimes I want them to be a little bit dimensional. And I think this piece being so whimsical, it needed to be dimensional, especially these Christmas lights up here. So cute. Very, 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 very cute. I love the white on this, the way that it's popping off. And I do think that I did not use the white that she called for because I put it on there and it was a little too dull. And I switched it out and chose a different white. Needle Minder is from Fat Quarter Shop. And I keep this stitch in this cute little bag, also from the Fat Quarter Shop. I love their mesh bags. And so this was part of a kit, I do believe. You know what? Don't quote me. No, I don't remember. But I buy their kits sometimes just to get the project bag. Hey, issues. But I do love this one. So that is my Christmas list from Silver Creek Samplers. Look at that reindeer hopping over that house. So cute. She's got a moon here and I love the snowflakes. Snowflakes are like, when I was a card maker, I loved to craft with the snowflakes. You know, I would make glitter snowflakes and I just think they're so magical. And to think that no two are alike, isn't that something? That boggles my mind. Anyway, moving right along. I did quite a bit of stitching. I wanted to really accomplish some things because I felt like I'd been kind of behind since I did miss the month of May. Okay, next up, and you may have seen this on my Instagram channel or page, is Gingerbread Cottage from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. If I have a picture of where I started, I will put it in here. But I'm not sure that I do, so I'm moving right along. This was a kit that I purchased. So it came with fabric and DMC. It came with the chart, of course, and thread. It came with all the DMC flosses that I needed. And I stitched it here. So what I did was I started with all the white. I wanted to do color completion on this one. I love gingerbread houses. What is that? Piece of something. Get off of there, you. I'm not invited. Yes, that's what I was doing. Color completion. And I started with the white. And this is just the bottom. I haven't even done the rooftop yet. But I do love it. Is that something else? Oh, that's the doorknob. Is that the doorknob? I can't see. I need some new glasses. Anyway, this is where I am now, and I absolutely love it. I do believe this is the fabric that they gave us, that came in the kit. I'm not sure, but I know that it is a 14 count fabric because that's what this was recommended to stitch on. So cute. And this is cute how it's finished, huh? Just very simply in a hoop. That's easy enough. Cute little needle minder. I love the peppermints here and the candy canes. Again, everything is so dimensional on this. I love the way that the stitches are standing up off of the fabric. Whew, I've been standing in one position for a while. Gotta walk my legs out. All right, so that is, oh, and this one I keep in this project bag from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. One day I'll tell you what happened to me on an airplane with my Caterpillar cross stitch bag. I used to have the large one with the vinyl front, so cute, and one of these days I'll tell you that story. Not today though, because I think I've taken up enough time. But this is a nice little canvas bag, and it holds everything. You know, the floss is in there, just fold the fabric, it fits in there, and so does the chart. And I usually have a mini clipboard that I use to hold the chart, and that fits in here too. Got a pair of scissors in here, everything I need. Again, throw it in my bag and it's ready to go. Okay. And then the very last thing that I stitched for Christmas in July was a start. And this one is, my notes off of there, a classic Christmas from Hands On Design. Did I get that from Jingle Ball? I do. I think I did. So cute. And you know what? I had everything in my stash already to go ahead and stitch that up. So that's what I did. I'm using all the called for. Now this does call for a country French golden needle linen, but I had in my stash 16 count country French golden needle Aida cloth and all of the DMC. And here it is. So for this one, because I was at the end of the month, I remember I said, oh, I wanted to start that hands-on design one. And I started this the last day of the month of July. So that's July 31st. 30 days. Yeah, I think it's 31st, whatever the last day of July is. And I said, well, at least I got it in, right? Love my little needle minders. I will make a notation of them down below too. Quick stitch here. I really, had I not forgotten and started other things and got sidetracked, I would have finished this because, come on, boop, boop, de doop, de doop. But I am going to, this will be done before the end of the year. And this finish is beautiful. That is so easy to do, isn't it? So yes. Oh, I did say that, right? Yes, I used all the called for floss, and which is DMC. And I'm stitching 2/1 and it's 16 count. So cute. So I liked it when I had the hoop in it too. But I think this is how I'm going to do this. I have some fabric, actually from Kathy, from HOD. So that'll be easy to whip up. Very cute. Okay, well, that is what I stitched for the month of July. So cute. Thank you. And you know what? It's tea time. Okay, I am back and I have tea. Today's tea is an herbal tea. It comes from a company that we've talked about before. And because it's an herbal tea, it contains no caffeine, which means it can be enjoyed by everyone, as long as there aren't ingredients in there that may cause someone some issues. This comes from a company we've talked about before. This is Magic Hour, and this is watermelon mint tea. Now, if you slice up or cube watermelon and put it in a bowl and add mint to it, it is absolutely delicious. So that's what prompted me to get this, that and the packaging, because I think it is just gorgeous. So, I told you Magic Hour has the large apothecary jars. The apothecary jar for this has the same imagery on it. Excuse me. And so I'm hoping that I like it. This will be my first taste of this. I'm tasting it with you all. So in it is, let me just tell you, organic peppermint, organic hibiscus, watermelon juice powder, which is interesting, right? Watermelon juice powder, and watermelon fruit extract. So I'm really hopeful that this is going to be very fruity, going to give me a nice watermelon flavor to it, and then a hint of mint is what I would like. But let's just see what it does, right? So again, this is a sample size package. Cost me $9 or $10. And this one is from her Cosmic Garden iced teas. So this is specifically blended to ice, which is lovely because that's exactly what I did with it. This pouch comes with 2 of these steeping sacks, and I'm going to talk to you about the steeping here in just a moment. What I do is put in the required amount of tablespoons of tea, and then I hit it with a little bit of hot water to activate those tea leaves to kind of wake them up a little bit, and then I add the rest with cool water, and then I put it in the refrigerator. And I just steep these, my cold steep teas. I have a lot of mason jars, and I just steep them in that because they have an airtight lid and they stack nicely in the fridge. And when someone wants cold tea, it's already ready to go. But these bags are specifically to be used with her tea to make a cold brew. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit, because there's hibiscus in here. First of all, we know that watermelon is very hydrating, right? So the hibiscus is going to give you that too. It's also going to be good for your liver, because remember, hibiscus is bitter and liver loves bitter things. There's also, it's going to help with heart health. It boosts immunity, aids in digestion. But hydration is very key here. And isn't it interesting how God put things together? In the warmer months, watermelon is in season now, right? And what better way for us to get our water than be packed in a nice juicy fruit that we can enjoy? And I'll tell you this too, if you are a juicer, you juice the rind as well. Wash your melon off really, really well, and then and juice that. My husband does that, and not only does it make a more robust juice, a thicker juice, so it's not so watery. The health benefits of having the rind and the seeds. Despite what our grandmothers and mothers told us, we will not grow watermelons in our bellies if we eat the seeds. They are, in fact, very good for us. So go ahead and give that a try. Do a small batch. That's how he started off, because I told him, you're throwing the rinds in the recycling bin for the compost man to come pick up, but we could be enjoying the benefits from this. Of course, he looked at me like I was crazy, because that's what he does. But then he tried it, and he liked it, and he's been doing it ever since. So let's get to the tea. The flavor notes, and I'm reading right off of the website because I wanted to make sure that I said this. She says cool mint, juicy watermelon, and subtle hibiscus. Subtle hibiscus. That means that the hibiscus is going to take a step back, which is okay, because we want watermelon and mint. Without further ado, let me take a sip. Got me a little slice of watermelon on there. And you know what? I did not sweeten this. I wanted it to be pure and unadulterated. And this is my first sip of this tea. Let's see. No ice for me because, like I said, it stayed in the refrigerator overnight. Actually, 2 days now, because I wanted to film yesterday. Anyway, let's take a sip of this. Okay. First of all, we have a lovely color. That is good. However, it tastes like peppermint tea. I don't taste watermelon. I don't taste hibiscus. I don't taste anything except for peppermint. And I was concerned about that, which is why I just bought the tiny one, the little sample, because peppermint, in my experience, is invasive, just like it is if you were to plant it in your yard, right? Peppermint kind of takes over, goes everywhere. And I was wondering if that was going to happen with this tea, and that is exactly what's happened. So if you don't mind peppermint tea, do it. Okay, so this is straight, just this tea. A step up would be to put some watermelon in there. And I think that I didn't sweeten this one either. I think another good thing to do with this would be to take a little bit of the watermelon juice. Like I said, my husband juices watermelons, and put that in there. It's very pepperminty. And I'm not mad at that. It's just that I don't need to buy another peppermint tea because I already have peppermint tea, right? I wanted to taste watermelon here. And I'm just not getting watermelon. It's a little disappointing, I have to admit. But it's still very refreshing and very good because it is a peppermint tea. And it feels good going down. And I know I'm getting the benefits of the other things that are in there. But let me see. Let me take a look at the actual tea itself. Yeah. It's straight peppermint. Yeah. But when I smell it, I smell other things. It's not as pepperminty when I smell it, but drinking it, it just tastes like peppermint tea. So I have this little pouch, but I keep it fold up in my little watermelon tea tin. A little glare on that. You know I'm a sucker for packaging, and I saw this on a website and immediately bought it because it goes into my watermelon display, or I have it in my tier tray downstairs. So that's what I keep it in. Yes, okay, Magic Hour, I see you. The concept was good. The packaging is beautiful, but I would not necessarily buy this for the watermelon flavor because it's not here. She does have a little bit of a recipe on the back where she says to make it with lemonade too, which would probably be good because I don't taste watermelon. So, but lemon and watermelon go well together too. You cube up a bowl of watermelon and you squeeze lemon on there, add a little mint. It's good. So again, it's a good tea. It just doesn't taste like watermelon. I mean, at all. Very refreshing, though. I will finish that, and I will be happy to do so. So, thank you for joining me for tea. You know, they're not going to all be good. They're not going to all be good, and so that's why I do this with you. I may do more cold tastes with you all in the future. I have so many teas I want to share. And so I try and drink them for a couple of days so I can get a feel for them and do a little research on them. But I wanted to do this one a little differently. It is good though. Yep. It's good. I'm going to finish it. It just doesn't taste like watermelon. Okay. Thank you for joining me for tea. And I'll see you over there. I'll be right back. Okay. We have come to the end of our time together. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who chose to watch my Flosstube channel today. I know that you have so many other options of wonderful Flosstubers out there, and yet you chose to spend some time with me today. I truly appreciate you. I want to say a really big heartfelt thank you to all my honeybees who come back time and time again and support my Flosstube channel. I appreciate you more than you will ever know, and I'm so glad that you chose to spend time with me today. I want to remind you of a few things before I let you go. Don't forget to go and see the podcast that I did with Hanneke, a Dutch stitcher. I'm going to attempt to put a link right to the podcast in the description box below. But if I don't, you can just go over to a Dutch stitcher and you'll see my face. It's in the thumbnail and you can click on that and watch that. And you can watch whatever you like. She does fabulous work. So another thing I wanted to remind you of is Harvest Moon Hangout with Lindy Stitches, the virtual event that is coming up on September 19th through the 21st. So that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So much fun. I will put a link for that in the description box below so you can go and take a look at it. And finally, the giveaway. Now, I forgot to mention this in the beginning. Before the giveaway, you must be 18 years of age because I will need to ask you for your mailing address. I need for you to be a subscriber to the channel. I need you to like this video, and I need you, of course, to leave a comment putting in number 1 if you would like Summer Sailboat, which is 2 charts. One is embroidery and the other is cross stitch, counted cross stitch. And that's what you will get, the chart. No needle minder, no floss, okay? Just the chart. And this is open internationally because it is just a chart. Number 2 is going to be this flip it stamp that says July from Lizzie Kate. And again, there are no buttons in here, okay? The buttons have been used, so you'll need to provide your own should you choose to add the little button bugs. Okay, so please, with the giveaway, be 18 years of age or older, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, please don't say words like giveaway, freebie, or choose me, or pick me, or win, or anything like that, because what that does is it pulls in a lot of trolls and bots, and I have to go through all of that to make sure that I get an actual person to win these items. Okay, so that's easy, right? We all know that, all of the YouTube things. So that is that. it has become overcast here now. We are still at over 100 degrees, but it has become overcast. And why that is concerning is because we are still in monsoon season. So, yes, keep us in your prayers, because I'm telling you that last monsoon was a bear. It was awful. I loved every minute of it. It's just, coming in at 2:30 and staying for 3 hours was atrocious. And I'm hoping that it doesn't land over our house again and keep everybody up at night. Anyway, you know me, I'm going to run my mouth. So, to you I say this: stay safe, stay hydrated. I hope you get in some good stitchy time. We are coming to the end of summer, and that is just really frosting my cake. I love the end of summer because we're coming into the burr months, and I am energized from October to December. I want to do all the things, decorating, going places, out and about, because I usually hibernate in the summertime because I just don't do heat like this, which summer's been very mild here. Actually, my daughter was mentioning it. Mom, we didn't hit the teens. We're usually like, 113, 115, 119. We didn't get any of that foolishness this time. So I'm happy about that. And I'm hoping that this is our wind down and that summer will go peacefully and let autumn in. I'm welcoming it with open arms. What's your favorite season? I used to like spring, but here we got trees and all the things, and you get some of the allergies. I love autumn, and I can't wait. I just cannot wait. So I'm going to let you get back to your life now, and I'm going to go and do what I got to do. You go do what you got to do, and I will be talking to you very soon. Okay? Take care. Bye for now.